Woo! We are live. I just gotta wait for everybody to show up.
There we go.
Is it up? Liveception.
Where does it show up?
I don't know. Oh, hey, what's up, peoples? Hey, what's up? Wow, we have 117 people already here. That's amazing. All right, so hi everybody, back in live streaming, and just treat this as today's video. We're gonna release this after we're done, so if you miss anything, it'll be okay. I'm gonna upload it. But this is Ed Bullion. You might know him from all sorts of Cannonball cool stuff, crazy, and also the VinWiki car stories. You should definitely check out VinWiki car stories. I've been on like 6 of them or something like that. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But it's wonderful. But here, we'll give you a sneak peek of the set. This is actually what it looks like without all the pretty lighting and everything. Pretty cool. Explain why it's called the stolen Lamborghini.
Let's do that once we get in the car.
Okay.
And we'll get on the road. I'm going to tweak this out and get us some more viewers, and we will pull it outside.
Ed, you're always so stocked on beverages.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, so this is the set right here. Pretty cool. Oh, wait, we'll like, oh, wait, like that, right? Okay. Can I have it? I'll just do a quick walk around of the Murcielago while we're at it. So this is Lamborghini Murcielago. Is it LP640?
It is.
Cool. This is my favorite part, is the interior. And I actually drove this with Alejandra, and it was her first Lamborghini she had ever ridden in. She couldn't stop touching the roof and like everything, because even the roof has the stitching in it. Pretty cool.
Yep, it's a 2007. They only brought in 26 to the U.S. that were true manual gearboxes. This one was originally delivered into Canada, but I think it's the only way to have it.
Yep.
Excellent.
Well, the gated shifter is really rare now too, and it's incredible. Got that? Okay, let me clarify it. My favorite part, one of my favorite parts, is the interior, but it's because it's the red, and you don't see the red one that often. Oh, by the way, quick peek at this car. This is the car that did that crazy record from New York to LA. No big deal. Look at all of this gear in here. Cool beans. All right. Hey, 1320 is in the house. Do you know 1320?
I do.
Yeah. Hi, Cal. Okay.
I'll back it out for us.
Oh, please, so we can get some sound.
Absolutely.
That's right, 6.6. Oh my God. That is the man, Ed Bullion. Oh man, that's tough. The Mercy engine sounds incredible though. All right, so here we go. I'm like giddy right now, dude. I'm almost a little nervous though. These things are like driving a giant spaceship, and that's not even an understatement. Oh my God, hold on. Channel SCD. All right, Ed, you mounted this way quicker than I could, so here you go.
Sounds great.
I thought these were supposed to be designed for Italian men.
Hello, viewers. Forgive the awkwardness.
Always. By the way, I'll talk about this when we get this going. The seat belts are in the middle.
That's right. Let me lock the
Every
door.
single time. I always forget. This isn't scary at all. I've done it before, but there's just something about it when you get in the driver's seat of a Lambo. I'm just like so cheesing right now. Yeah, I'm all smiles. Look at this. I know. You know you're in a limbo. The door is making me crack up. All right. I forgot how simple the interior of the Mercy is.
Absolutely.
That.
So park and brake, you know, is on the left, and you just pull it up off the floor, then press the button and put it down.
Right. Pull it off the. Okay.
And there you go. Nope, that didn't do it. Pull it a little higher. And then there we go.
Okay.
No, pull it a little more, press the button, and put it down.
Okay.
No, light's still on. It doesn't need it. There you go.
Maybe.
Forgive me.
That's all good. Do your thing.
All good.
Okay.
Ready to rock.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh wow, I forgot the clutch isn't that bad.
No, it's not. It's really light. So we'll just come up here.
You know, it's not so much the difficulty of driving it like fast. It's driving it slow.
And that's actually where the manual gearbox is the most advantageous because it's the low speed maneuvering.
Oh, and the dead pedal is like literally next to the clutch.
Correct.
Dude, that's crazy.
Tough on bigger.
Okay, that's gonna sound really stupid, but it's like really close to each other. I mean, like that. You ever driven like the new Viper?
Yes.
How the pedals are so close to each other.
Yeah, tough on big feet.
Yeah.
So they repaved my road, so I can't go out this one.
Not
flat,
this way?
So we go to the right. No, this way.
Okay.
Excellent.
Somebody had a really good question. What do you like more, the sound of the Murcielago or the Aventador?
I like the howl. This way. There we go. I like the howl of the Mercy. The Aventador sounds good, but it doesn't. It sounds a little bit more like a manufactured noise.
You're kind of right. It's like when you straight pipe a Murcielago, it's the craziest sounding car.
Correct.
Kind of rivals the Zonda in a way. It has that kind of howl, like you said. Okay.
So yeah, just come on here, and then we're gonna go left.
Okay. So did the Murcielago have the same, excuse me, really good brakes. Did the Murcielago have the same kind of clutch issue the Gallardos had? Like the first gen Gallardos? You know, they would wear out really easily in traffic and stuff like that?
A little bit, but not as bad. People don't drive Mercies in traffic as much. They don't really run into it as often. And I think they're now on H Gallardo clutch. They started at A and now they're at H, and the new ones last a good long while. Generally, I find that when I drive them, I get about 1 millimeter of clutch wear every 10,000 miles.
That's not bad.
No, so that would say that the life would be 40 to 70,000 miles, just depending on how it. But on average, I'd say we see 20 to 30 now.
Well, yeah, the Murcielagos. Are they like holding their value pretty good still?
Exceptionally well, yeah.
Okay.
So these, they only built 4,099 of them over the course of 9 model years, so 2 to 10, and it's they've done really, really well. This one has ceramic brakes. They're a little
I'm just
grabbier.
warming it up, and
That's
well, you know what's weird is when you drive a gated shifter, when you're driving a manual, you're not used to hearing a click, you know, of a shifter because it's left.
Yeah, we're gonna go left.
We're going north.
No, we're gonna cloverleaf around.
Oh, okay.
So you want to do a lap around Atlanta?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
If we can, actually do it. Exit Mr. Traffic here.
Yeah, I think we'll have a decent shot at it.
Right here?
Yeah,
okay.
Behind the Xfinity van.
Atlanta's fastest internet. Every time I get in this, dude, the gearing is so long. I'm in first.
Yeah, I think I've hit the rev limiter, not on this one, but in my last one, I hit the rev limiter in 5th, and it's like 191.
Oh my god.
5th, we'll just stay to the right, go
Going west?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in second, cruising at like oh, it's kilometers. I just glanced at
90 kilometers.
So this was a Canadian car, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So just stay to the right over here.
Yeah, it's more of the ergonomics. That's the word. Like you can't see anything.
No, not at all.
You can't see. It's super wide. right? It feels like you're driving a Suburban that's been squished.
Right.
Yeah. Under a hydraulic press.
Yeah. And there's no, room in it or place to store things or anything that makes a car useful. I usually say it's the most useless car ever conceived.
Okay. I think we're good. It takes a lot to scare me in a car. It didn't necessarily scare me. I was just like, oh wow, this just keeps going.
It will, and it pulls like that all the way.
Yeah, no, there's of course faster cars out there, but this feels so fast and how low it is, and you feel like a rocket in this thing. You can hear the intake noise too.
Yes, yeah, it's a little raspier.
So you had the green Murcielago before this.
Yes, this is Lambo number 6. I've had 2 Gallardos and 4 LP640s.
Okay.
So I bought an orange Roadster, which I thought was just the most beautiful one. I love orange.
It's like sunburned orange. It has like almost like a flake in it, right?
Yeah.
Or like when it hits the sun just right.
Yeah, so those are the 3-layer pearlescent colors, and loved that car, but I didn't drive it as much. I think I only put 10,000 miles on it in 2 years, because the roof is useless, and it'll blow off over.
I remember that. So if nobody's seen it, there's a bunch of videos out there of people demonstrating the Murcielago top of a Roadster, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's awful. So I only put it on twice in 2 years, but it kept me from driving it as much because you want the sun. Worry about the rain and everything else. And so I sold it and got a Rosso Vic, the metallic red 07 coupe, and drove it, I think, 10,000 miles in a year and sold it. Then I got a green stick, and that's when I kind of recognized that the cars were really rare, and I actually made the list of VINs, and it's part of where the idea of VinWiki came from, was documenting empirically just how rare the cars were, made the values go up, and this was in like 2014 when there was a manual 599 GTV, an RM Amelia Island that should have brought 250 grand. And it sold for 682, I think.
682?
Insane. Some Canadian buyer had just said, I'll buy it no matter what. And he paid the moon for the car. And it kind of woke everybody up to the idea that these really rare manual cars were, a pretty strong value.
So, not to interrupt, but this GTI flew by at God knows what speed earlier. Just did a flyby on us. It's a Mark 6 GTI. I don't know whether, like, when somebody does a flyby after you fly by, you don't know if it's playful or I'm mad at you.
Right.
You never really can tell.
We'll see.
Yeah. Wait, is it a smile? Is it a smile? No.
Definitely a smile.
Okay.
He's good. He's good. He was like, and he had a roof rack, which means...
Oh, yeah, he's swagging. He's good.
Full connoisseur status.
So, you should tell them about your channel and how it took off so far.
So we have an app called VinWiki that's kind of like a social version of Carfax. We crowdsource vehicle history by allowing anybody to post information to any car by its VIN or by its license plate. It's a totally free app that you can get in the Apple Store or Google Play Store, and we'd love for y'all to download it. But we started marketing on YouTube, and I had met David and Ferretti and some of the other guys. I sold Rob Dom his Diablo, so I knew a lot of YouTubers, but we had never done all that much on there. So we started a channel called VinWiki, where it's just me and my friends telling interesting car stories. And we launched it, I guess, about 4 months ago now, and we're up to 130 some odd thousand subscribers, and it's been a really, really fun experience. And every day we release a new video of just some interesting car story. I want to move left here a bit. And it's, usually they're 6 to 12 minutes long. Today's is a little bit different, but if you hop on over to the VinWiki channel, there's an explanation by me of how exotic car financing works. I've financed cars myself in a variety of different ways through loans and leasing and long-term stuff. And I kind of talk about how that works, what banks look for, and what it really takes to finance your first exotic car. But also just, talk through some of my experiences. And if you have any questions, you can type them to me in the comments. But David's been so kind as to come on and tell us some of his stories. My favorite is obviously the one where you run from the cops on the course of North
I
American
don't
Rally.
endorse that. It was
Nor do we.
That was such a bad decision. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, sometimes in life, doing the really dumb thing creates a really good story.
And it was
I think
a
that's
very
almost
good
every time
story.
you do something dumb.
I think you're right.
But I mean, almost all of us have been in a situation similar to that. Whether you were going really fast or you were street racing somebody or whatever, we are all dumb kids. You know, we all do really dumb things. And when I was on that rally, I was 20, 23, 27 now. But I look back at it and honestly, I don't really regret it. You know, it was just a really crazy experience.
For sure. But yeah, we have a lot of Cannonball Run related stories. I hold the New York to LA record, and we've done some of the cheaper car races. A couple weeks ago, we did New York to San Francisco in a 1995 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham limousine and managed to make it. But so we'd love for you to check it out. There's some, I think our top story right now is a guy talking about his experience in doing crazy things in a Crown Vic ex-police car. We got a bunch of like valet fail stories.
Yeah, Arnie picked the perfect car for that challenge. Because I'm sure a lot of people were going, is that a cop? Yeah, so it made perfect sense.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, by the way. No, I mean, the Cannonball stuff is like a secret cult, you know? It's like this weird club that everybody talks about. Because it originally, was that back when people were trying to protest the 55-mile speed limit?
Yeah,
is that like the nutshell story?
Yeah, so Brock Yates worked for Car and Driver magazine in the 1970s and started an event to protest the speed limit and say that capable drivers and capable cars were capable of driving faster than that. And they went out and had a terrific safety record. They ran it 5 times in the 70s.
Wow.
And then an event picked it up in the 80s called the U.S. Express. And so the fastest time out of Cannonball was 32 hours and 51 minutes in 1979 in a Jag XJS.
Which is still hauling.
Well, they didn't even have a full interstate system back then. So, I mean, you had surface roads at times and things like that. And then the U.S. Express, the fastest time was 32 hours, 7 minutes. And that record stood until Alex Roy and Dave Maher set their record in 2006, which is the one that we beat in 2013. And so that was, an awesome experience and a lot of fun. And it's been cool to meet the people who care about that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, there's so many different ways to express automotive enthusiasm and so many epic drives you can go on that, that's just happens to be my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm sure every time you've done the attempt, it's been so different.
Yes.
I'm sure there's never one time where it's like, that reminded me of the other time.
Right.
I'm sure they're all like, well, we had this happen, we got pulled over here, we almost went to jail here. But, it's just so interesting hearing about the Cannonball Run and then going somewhere like Germany. And you're like, no one cares. Because there's not even traffic police. Like, they're all speed cameras, which I understand, but the speed cameras are for the areas you shouldn't speed in anyway. So it's basic common sense, and their drivers are so well disciplined that, I just got back from that about a month ago, and I just couldn't believe how well synchronized everybody was.
For sure.
We get into an Atlanta turnpike, and everyone's in their own little world. People are on their phones.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't see one person in Europe on their phone while driving.
No, they know how to do that. It's very much not allowed. And we've had some videos where people will mention as part of their story that they were talking on the phone or something in the car, and the European commenter's gonna be like, "What do you mean you were talking on the phone?"
What do you mean?
That's insane.
How could you?
Yeah, because like in Georgia, it's illegal to text and drive, but
Right.
you see it every second. Like, there's always somebody around you texting and driving.
It's literally like the same symptom as seeing somebody drive drunk. I mean, you see people going like this, and especially like the 18-wheelers, when they're going like that, you're like, please do not hit me. I know you're talking to your baby mama, but
I had a guy almost run into my front corner on the way to work today in this because he was taking a picture of my car.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I had a guy taking a picture of the green one. The green one attracted by far the most attention.
I'm
And
sure.
Which is one of the main reasons I got rid of it, is that I wanted something a little bit more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a gray Lamborghini.
Yeah, I got a gray Lambo.
But somebody was taking a picture of it and just plowed into the car, like right to my left. And, you know, it happens. I had another guy, I came up behind him, and you could see him look over his shoulder at me. And of course, when he did so, he turned this way and barely missed the median. Just
wow.
all the time.
Well, isn't it crazy how just like an exotic car, it's something we don't see that often. And when people do see it, it makes their day, but it's almost a problem.
Well, and I don't feel like I drive it to get attention, but I drive it every day. At the moment, it's the only car I have that's legally allowed to drive on a road.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I daily drive the thing, and but I know how much it impacts me when I see an interesting car, you know, coming by or whatever the case may be, and so I love that that's happening to all these people.
Right, that probably aren't really that into cars. You know?
They're just like, hey, I'm going to tell somebody that a gray Lamborghini blew past me today on 285.
Well, it's funny, even on a smaller scale, like with my 240 or something, and people see a 240 restored, they don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
They're like, what is that? I'm like, it's a Nissan. They're like, no, I thought it was a Ferrari or something. I'm like, no, definitely not. That'd be one cheap Ferrari.
Yeah. But, you know, as they age, people know less about them. And, you know, the cool thing about this car, it's 10 years old.
It doesn't look 10 years old.
Yeah. And they enjoy it, and they like seeing it. And I don't care. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the video. The thing is filthy right now. I took it to speak at a college up in North Georgia on Monday for this entrepreneurship forum they were having. And they were like, do you mind parking it kind of like on the grass? I'm like, man, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever. It's my car. Yeah.
Right. Got a giant rock chip going up 316.
Oh, really?
That's all right. It'll go with the rest of them.
No, I'm sure, like, have you ever done, like, Richard Russell Memorial Road in this car?
Oh,
that would be awesome.
We used to do, you know, when I was the director of sales at Lamborghini Atlanta for 6 years, and so I would take groups of customers up on that route. We had about a 175-mile loop that we'd leave from here and go up, and so, you know, it's always cool to see. So right now, viewers, we're driving a lap around Atlanta. The perimeter road around Atlanta is called 285, and it's about 62 miles. I always wanted to see if I could do it in 30 minutes, which would be a 124 average, but I never got around to it. When I was bored in college, I went to Georgia Tech, and I would go out at night. I had a B5 Audi S4.
And that's what you tried it in?
And I would just drive laps around 285 because I had the worst insomnia ever, and it was the best way to kind of exercise
calm it down,
that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And so I think I never really tried to like air it out the entire way, but I did it under 45 minutes a few times.
Oh my God. I can never say this town right. How do you say it? Smyrna. Okay.
Yeah,
I've had 3 people tell me different things.
Really? No,
we actually filmed part of Caffeine and Octane there.
Ah, yes. Yeah, so we're in Smyrna on the northwest corner of 285. So we just passed I-75, so 75 and 85 crossover in Atlanta. And if you continued up on 75, you go to Chattanooga.
That is a piece of cake. Just to cruise it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's a big, crazy car. It's really a little more of like a GT car because of the size, but it holds the road really well, and it's pretty stable. You know, it's pretty small in here, as you can imagine.
Yeah,
it fits you perfectly.
Yeah, I know, right?
So if I sit up straight, it's this.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Right.
You
So,
got to slouch a little bit.
Exactly. So you have to get a nice little slouch going on, but it's not bad.
No.
My wife used to drive the E-Gear one. She can't drive the stick, but she, which actually, I wish she could because it kind of adds to the ownership experience.
I agree. I mean, it's funny. Somebody in my emails, I promise I'll reply to you. They have a TT Gallardo that's a stick, and I'm like, I want to build the guts to try that just to see, you know.
Well, the gears are long enough that it's good.
It's pretty stable.
But
they just broke the stick shift record again, which is like 226.
I sold that car.
Oh, did you? That's so funny.
Yeah, it's there were 50th anniversary LP 560-2s. So it's also a 2-wheel drive car.
God.
It's pretty nuts for the power level that it is. It's a full-on underground racing car.
When I drove that Shine Auto one, and that was, turn a snakeskin-looking Terminator I drove, Cobra. It has 700 wheel horsepower and it's Whippled supercharged. It's so fast, like it's insane. But it left. But that Gallardo I drove left that Whipple Cobra, like not even with an issue. It just went. I was like, that is mind-blowing to me. How like the performance threshold never stops. I mean, you know, like Arnie at AMS, like they just don't know when it's gonna end. Okay, sure.
Why not? Truck.
Yeah, there was a truck that cut us off.
The left lane is for you.
It's just for you, truck.
So we now have adjustable speed limits on 285. So at the moment, it can be as high as 65 miles an hour. It never really enforced much, but now it's 35 miles per hour. So
I'd like to add that a part of that, a rumor I hear, is because some students protest it.
yeah. So about the time that I was in Georgia Tech, these people went out and made a video to try to say how preposterous the speed limit on 285 was, and they just put. At the moment, it's 4 lanes across. It gets up to 6 lanes in a couple places, and they just drove 55 miles an hour
in every lane, right?
In every lane for a whole lap of it, and it caused a massive traffic jam. But it was good fun.
Did they get in pretty big trouble for it?
Not really.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
They entered it in Campus Movie Fest, which was a film contest.
That's cool.
And we entered one called Lecture Crashers, based on Wedding Crashers.
Okay.
That was like campus pranks and stuff like that. So I think they won like overall, but we won the TBS Comedy Award.
Oh yeah, because we have so many studios and stuff here in Atlanta now. It's insane.
Absolutely.
Because TBS is based here, Cartoon Network's based here.
Yeah, all the Turners.
All the Turners, that's right. And it's so funny because all the Turners are so different. Like they're not similar at all.
So how many cars have you driven, do you think?
Probably over 500, something like that.
I thought you've done 600 car reviews, right?
Something like that, 5 to 6. I can't even count anymore. In other words, I've been incredibly privileged because I feel like a big privilege in the car world is actually having a solid, legitimate opinion on a car because you've actually driven it. You know, it's like somebody will say, "Oh, that car sucks, dude." I'm like, "Have you ever driven one?" And they go, "No, I just think it sucks." I'm like, "Well, drive one first, then see how you think about it." Because there's been cars that have changed my mind. Like the Kia Stinger. That new Kia.
Yeah.
I drove that at SEMA, and I was like, a Kia sports car? I don't know. Like, I don't really know. Like, is that mean of me to say? I don't really think so either. But then I drove it and I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, it was good. Like, my friend TJ Fry, he's a driving instructor. He was one of the drifters there at SEMA this year. And he was like, it's just good. You know, it's not through the roof amazing and it's not bad. It's just good. And it's 30 grand. So I can see how a lot of people will use that as an entry level, nicer sports car. So it feels like a dumbed down, like, it has a very M3 feel to it.
Yeah.
But just a little dumbed down.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, for, you know, company that's never made a true sports car before. Pretty nice.
For sure. So you got the Mustang, obviously. You got the 240, and you have a new project car. Mm-hmm. So what is your dream car, though?
Koenigsegg. But yeah, that's out of reach one for me, in my opinion. I know. But
I know a good bank.
but no, I've always died to go to their factory and drive them.
Yeah.
And Freddie has always said, "We'll go. I promise. We'll go," because he knows them. And I met Christian von Koenigsegg at Geneva 2 years ago, and he was super nice. But God, that guy is so smart and ahead of the curve. I couldn't keep up. Like I remember I've told this story a million times, but you know, I asked him how his morning was going, and I go, "Hey, I'm David. Nice to meet you. I'm friends with Matt Farah and Rob Ferretti." He goes, "Oh, you're friends with them? That's cool." I go, "How's your morning going?" He goes, "I'm trying to figure out the direct drive transmission that has no gears in it and trying to figure out how it's going to work in the new Regera." I go, "I had waffles this morning." You know, that's the two different ways of living.
Yes.
But no, the guy is so impeccably smart that it's like insane. Same, but I got to tour Pagani recently and Lamborghini, and when I went to the Lambo factory, I was actually the happiest. Like, it was interesting because Pagani's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but Lambo has so much more history that you got to see all their cars, like, you know, the Mira concept. Their concept cars are beautiful. Like the 4-doors, I was like, why didn't you build this? And then I ended up finding out there it's a Panamera underneath, but you know, but still, really cool stuff. I know they're gonna build the Urus, the SUV. They were telling me.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they have to, because I mean, look at the Macan and the Cayenne and Porsche. That's like most of their sales anymore.
Right.
Word down the grapevine is anyway.
Yes. Yes, they are more trucks than cars.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that gives a bigger demographic.
Show you around.
Yeah. See what happens right now.
To look forward to.
By the way, everybody, I really appreciate all of you commenting. I'm sorry I can't read them right now because I'm driving a Murcielago in traffic. So I don't want to crash a Murcielago in traffic. Knock on everything. That's the view you get out the back windshield.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
I think the worst visibility car-wise I've ever driven was the Aventador Roadster. I was really paranoid the entire time. I was like, please, no one behind, because there's nothing there. Like, there's no window or anything. Because they have to build the roof there.
Correct.
All right.
Go back in the mount.
Back in. It's funny, when we hopped on 285, I was like, I wonder if we're going to be able to do the lap. But
It was a lofty goal.
Yeah.
But we'll survive.
One day we'll just have to, you know what, everybody, if you want to see us actually try it one time.
We could probably do that.
Yeah, maybe not. You know what, no, not on a live stream. That's a bad idea.
Not live. No,
Not
we would
live.
not do that.
No, but you know what, just cruise it. I mean, just cruise it and actually do it. Yeah, that's what I meant to say, not actually try to break a record or anything.
I don't know that anybody's ever claimed a record.
Yeah, I don't think there's people arguing on forums about trying to get around 285.
That's right, yeah. How well can it corner? Quite well. Not well now, because we're not going anywhere. But it's all-wheel drive. It's got a good torque split. Works well. It's a heavy car, and it's got 64% rear weight distribution, so it's not the most balanced thing in the world. But it
It doesn't have two-step.
No, it does not.
It just has a nice sounding engine. I'm in first still.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just so we have something. I wasn't gonna go ram that truck, I promise. It's just like just to hear it a little bit.
I got great insurance. Feel free. If you want to. But yeah, this car has kind of a cool story behind it, and that's the reason that I own it. Is a manual LP640 is my favorite car on the.
Is this your dream car?
It is.
It the
yeah,
one?
I love it. I mean, I love Koenigsegg's and Veyrons and everything else, but for something that costs not a reasonable amount of money, but something that's attainable, I love it. And so I had the green one, and it was like the nicest US stick LP640.
I agree. That thing was immaculate.
Yeah. And so I got to the point of like I was starting to feel guilty driving it, and so I'm like, well, I don't want to own a car that I don't feel like I can drive, so I sold it, and because I found this one, and so it's the same exact car. It's a manual LP640, but it was originally a Canadian car, so the VIN ZHWBC rather than ZHWBU.
Right.
And everything's in kilometers per hour. And
yeah, when I looked down, I was like, am I really speeding that much? And like at first glance, I was like, no way.
No.
Then I saw the Speedo go to 360. I was like, that's not right.
That's right. So this one was being sold as a used car in 09 or 2010 in Canada, and this dealer took it out drunk one night, is what I've been told. And he spun it around and broke the front wheel and one of the rear control arms, going over a curb.
Got it.
So it was either wait around for a tow truck and the cops and get a DUI, or leave. And so we abandoned the car and reported it stolen the next day. And so it had a branded theft recovery or salvage title in Canada, but it was never really stolen. And so when it came to the US, for some reason, the brand sort of washed off. So it doesn't have, it's got a clean Georgia title in my name now. of a driver because the miles don't really matter. So I think I bought the green one with 4 and sold it with 8.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Now this one's got 33,000 kilometers, which is call it 21,000 miles. And so I bought it with 14 in Vegas and drove it home.
Oh, cool.
Which was actually a pretty tough trip. These seats are great for an hour.
Did you ever put like pillows behind you or something?
Oh yeah, we had everything stuffed in there, and it's been great. Cleaned up a few things on it.
Left?
Yeah, we're gonna stay on this. So you can stay here.
Okay.
So we're now on 20 on the west side of Atlanta, or at 20. We're still staying on 285. So
I love that harmonic sound you get, like right in the middle of the power.
Yes.
Guys, trust me, Ed definitely knows I'd be getting on it a lot, but we can't.
That's right. Oh, I know.
I will say, my first video ever with you was crazy. In the roof.
Oh yeah.
That was wild. That car actually was really fast. I was pretty impressed, but I know you ended up just not really falling in love with it, right?
No,
You're just like,
I didn't like it. It was a 2006 roof RT12 that had been updated by the factory to be an RT12S. So it was supposed to have 730 horsepower, but I think it probably only had about
600.
Yeah. And the guy who has it now has figured out there were a couple running issues with it. And
Really?
I never felt like chasing it.
No, and it could cost an arm and a leg, and shipping a car or whatever if you had to. It's not worth
I
the
ended up
time.
having to ship the ECUs back to the factory, and they had Bosch, redo them. But it was right in the middle of all the Dieselgate Volkswagen stuff.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Dieselgate.
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Let's get away from some of these people. Bumps. Handles bumps decently.
Really well, yeah.
Just like that.
Oh yeah. Been there, they're really safe.
Yeah, I mean,
But you do have to carry something like this, which has a windshield breaker outer thing on the end of it. It's just a knife.
oh, you go like that?
Because if you roll it over,
Yeah, how are you gonna get out?
you can't get out.
I didn't realize that. Oh
so you
my
gotta-
god.
Yeah, Valentino taught me that.
Wow. Oh, speaking of, so on adventure drives, you guys will see. My blinker's still on. That very quiet blinker. On adventure drive, you'll see in the next video on adventure drive that I actually ran into Valentino while at the Lamborghini factory, and he lives in Modena, that area. And he was like, "Let me take you to my favorite restaurant." And oh my god, that man stuffed our face so much. He was like, no, this is my favorite. And then the waitresses, they treat Valentino like royalty there in that area. And they're like, this is Valentino's favorite dish. And I'm like, wasn't that like 7 dishes ago? Like, yeah, but you need to have it. I'm like, oh god. As you see, there's not much room in here in my body. There's not a lot of room. So it was brutal. But no, he was great. And seeing him drive his Balboni edition Gallardo in Italy was awesome.
When he was, they didn't give him one.
Which is insane.
Utter insanity. But, so he called me once, and he was like, Ed, can you find me one? But he wanted a stick. And I think there's 50 some odd Balbonis in the US, or 250 of them built. But there's only, I think, 3 stick cars.
Really?
Yeah. There's 2 white ones and a blue one.
Because one of them was on Top Gear, right?
The blue
Was that
one.
the silver or blue? It was blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So the blue one was bought by this guy, I think in Connecticut, and it was limit lawed for a check engine light. So it had a branded buyback title. And Lamborghini, when they bought it back, they recognized we need to have something for Balboni to drive when he's in town. And so Valentino would drive the car, it was out at Pebble Beach a few times. I think it was on Jay Leno's garage too.
That's right.
But he wanted that one, but it wasn't for sale at the time. And I actually bought that car when Lamborghini gets done with their press fleet, they auction the cars off amongst the dealers. And I bought a stick Balboni for 86 grand.
What?
With the branded title, but it was perfect. It had 13,000 miles, ceramic brakes, it was blue Chalo, gorgeous car. But Lamborghini ended up getting mad that I had won this auction for so little money.
Wow.
And it was just because they auctioned it on a bad day and there weren't enough people watching.
Yeah, that's Viper money.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like that's
And
insane.
so I ended up, they refused to sell it to me, which was obviously a violation of the auction contract. But what can I do? I'm a franchise dealer.
Yeah.
Like, I can't sue them over it.
No way.
And so they ended up rerunning it. I think it sold to Lamborghini Gold Coast for $130 or so.
Okay.
But still a fantastic deal. Because there's only, of the LP generation Gallardos, there's a list on VinWiki, but I think there's only 53 in the US. So, I mean, they're ultra rare.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's more. I've got the list we have of early manual Gallardos is like 160 or 180 cars, but I think there's probably about 250 like 04 to 08 manual cars. But the early cars you can convert. Like when Rob Ferretti drove this car, it was like, oh, you know, you can convert a car for 15 grand to be a stick. Well, there are some you can. You can't do that with a Mercy because you have to change the whole wiring harness.
Yeah.
But you can convert a Gen 1 Gallardo to stick through the turbo companies that do it, Underground that do it, or Dallas
Right.
for about $18,000, which makes for a very, very good car. It's harder to drive the sticks if you're tall. Like I can't like reverse is where my knee goes, but it's good fun.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because when I was younger, I had growth problems, and then when I got to the size I am now, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not as tall as I expected. But then when I started driving cars, I was like, this is perfect.
Yes.
I can drive anything, and it was really cool. Oh, this is so total side note. Speaking of anything, first of all, there's a cop. Second of all, I saw a Fisker Karma on a truck bed on the way here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you don't see many of those anymore, especially after like Hurricane Sandy and all of that.
Yes. Well, we have a dealer here for them, and they only sold them in 2012. And they didn't sell worth anything, and then when they went out of business, the warranties were invalid. So the new company is supposed to be willing to maintain them. Which is now called Karma Automotive, I guess.
Okay.
They do a lot of YouTube advertising. I see their ads before a lot of it.
Yeah, Fisker is an odd brand. Like, it was just kind of there and then it was gone. And you would expect another company like Tesla to be that way, but they stuck around. They were smart.
Yeah, lots of liabilities there, but...
Yeah. No, I remember, it's like the autopilot stuff in the Tesla. Like, that stuff was in there all along. They just had to update it to a beta. I mean, that's so weird that you can just hit a tablet and say, update my car, and it can drive by itself now. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. But I honestly don't think anything will ever beat driving something like this. You know, it's just, it makes you happy.
And it starts to be, you know, impossible to recreate. Like, you know, people ask me a lot what cars they should invest in, and you invest in cars that they can't make anymore. So big naturally aspirated V12s are going to become a thing of the past. Things like Lotus Exiges, great investment car, because they have kind of like Land Rover Defenderitis. Like, they don't make them anymore. There's kind of a cult of people that like them, and you know, you can't do that. Like, you can't build a car with zero rear visibility.
No way.
But they had to put rear view mirrors in them to make them legal then.
How tragic,
but you
right?
couldn't see
You
it.
can see, but you can
So
brick.
we just took them off when they got there. But it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird balance because our cars are getting faster and faster out of the factory, but a lot of them don't have the same feel as the old car. So you're kind of making this trade-off of, whoa, I can do a lot faster lap times now, but did I do that? You know?
Yeah, this is a car you got to drive it, and that's one of the things. Like, you know, if you wanted to go out and daily drive a Huracan or a 650S, it will be a car.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
This makes you feel like I am an idiot for trying to go here in this car every day, but it's worth it. You know, it's fun.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, you see a Murcielago, you're like, whoa, Murcielago. And I personally love the Huracan. I think it's a great car. I just don't know if it's a good Lamborghini. You know, it's like a amped up R8.
Yeah, absolutely. Grab our little camera out and show.
We're right by the airport. Porsche experience.
That's
so
right,
We'll get to see
we
a
will.
glimpse of that. Which, fun fact of the day, the Porsche experience is the Avengers headquarters building
Is
in the
it?
movies.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So all the Marvel movies, when they have a scene there, like Spider-Man Homecoming, all that was done in the Porsche building.
Sweet.
JF's lady told me that. Yeah. Because she works there.
Oh, really?
Please move, Malibu. I am begging you. That's like the dark era of American cars. You know, like Ford and Chevys were so bad.
We've got a very bad connection at the moment, so.
gas.
Yeah, well,
Like a true Lambo.
that's right.
Oh, that's actually a good question. How much is it to fill up a tank for a Murcielago?
It's got a big tank, so it's got about a 23.5 gallon tank, which is nice.
Wow.
So it's $3, $70.
Yeah.
But it gets about 10 miles per gallon.
So you're not talking like Humvee numbers or something.
No, it's not like that.
You ever been in one of those? Like a first gen H1?
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird how far the passenger is from you.
Yeah,
in
the
that car.
transmission tunnels.
It's so
gigantic.
massive.
Yeah. Sorry guys, still got a pretty bad connection down here on the south side of Atlanta.
We're trying.
Yep. And we're back.
There we go. I think it's when we go under some of these really bad underpasses, it's like, no,
Yes.
I don't like it. And you know what our excuse should be? The signal can't keep up with us because we're driving
We're
too
going
fast.
so fast.
We're going so fast,
Oh
man.
my goodness. Yes.
Well, it's like that app, what's it called? Glimpse. A lot of people use
I
Glimpse.
thought about putting a glimpse out. We could put that as like a
That would be
comment
cool.
so people could see where we are. Maybe
That
we'll do
would-
this again.
Yeah, we'll do this again another day, and people could like spot us and stuff. It'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
So I'm thinking about another idea of where I do like a ThatDudeinBlue scavenger hunt, to where I'll do a video where like I give clues of a location like in Georgia or Atlanta or outside of Atlanta, and then they have like 3 hours to find it, and then whoever makes it, I put them in the video and feature their car, no matter what car it is. It could be like a normal Honda Civic, and then feature their car, and then move on to another location and try it again. So if anybody wants that idea, I'll execute it. It'd be kind of cool.
That sounds good.
I'll get them stickers or something like that.
Everybody likes this.
Yeah, everybody likes stickers. I'll do like a signature edition sticker. I can only get that way.
Signature edition.
What's that say? Big old comment.
Please shout him out.
Hey, what's up? I'm sorry I can't read your name right now.
Kevin Jackson, I think.
Kevin Jackson.
Thank you all for watching. So what, you've been doing YouTube since what? Since when?
2006 technically.
2006. So you got
Yeah.
over a decade of producing YouTube content. You've seen it change. We've been releasing content on the VinWiki channel for 4 months now, so I'm very new to all of it. But, what are your goals with it? Where do you want to see things go? What types of new content do you want to make?
Honestly, I just want to make stuff that is consistent. People like consistent content, and whatever that may be. I think the car review stuff is starting to get fatigued on YouTube, which is totally okay. It's just people change, everybody's interests change. And with that, I think I just need to spice up my car reviews and do them a little bit differently, kind of like what we're doing. I think I want to include the owners a little bit more, and they can go on the drive with me, and then I can ask them about their experience owning the car rather than me just telling the entire story.
Sure.
Stuff like that. But also, I want to film more stuff that's just more, what's the word? More interactive with my subscribers. Like, I want everybody who's watching to have something to do. Like, I want to do stuff like the scavenger hunt. I want to do stuff like come to this car meet. We'll do, like, I'm doing anybody watching, I'm doing a K1 meetup, K1 speed. Yeah, I'm doing that on the 26th. And whoever beats me gets, like, I think more track time. I think that's the prize. That's even cooler. Alright, so up. It looks like our signal's getting really bad, unfortunately.
480.
That's not good.
No, it is not.
No.
Because what's the resolution of the front cameras on these phones?
It's like 720 or 1080, something like that. But no, it's just because of the signal, and it's killing us.
That's right.
All right, I'll do one more toot in the Lambo, and we'll call it. Yeah, let's get around this car eventually. We're on the segment of 285 that is just brutal. Like, it's always crowded here.
Yes. So we're coming up on the east side of Atlanta, coming around 285. 285 is about 60, 62 miles. We're in the outside or counterclockwise lanes. And coming up on 20, I think.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, nearly to 20 on the east side. So you take this out towards Augusta.
Okay, so I go in the right lane?
Then, no, not yet.
Okay, but eventually.
No,
Okay.
not right now. No.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, you could.
You would
Okay. there. I was like, what?
No, we don't need to go to Augusta. Not at the moment. Nice cops there, though.
Oh, yeah. I heard Augusta is actually a lovely little town.
I don't know. Yeah.
There's some car stuff there, though.
There is some car stuff.
There's a guy there I met through another friend, virtually, not in person, but he did a 2JZ swap Celica, like the last gen, like a front-wheel drive one. I was like, how'd you do that? He goes, I was bored. Like, it's always incredible to me when people do these amazing builds. They're like, I was just bored. I was like, how did boredom come up with something so wacky? All right.
Here we go.
Oh, woo. Stay on the outside of this guy. Yep.
Good. Yeah.
Yep. No. All right. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching this stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please give me some feedback if you'd like to do this again. If you'd like to give me feedback more personally, just follow me on Twitter. It's so much easier. So at ThatDudeinBlue, let me know if you enjoyed this stream. If you want me to do more of this, let me know, because we were going to shoot this as a normal video today, but we said screw it, let's do it in a more fun way. And thank you guys for joining us live. See you guys next time. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.